Hi everybody, welcome back to Donna's Dreamworks, Paper Dreamer 1 here on YouTube, and welcome to my living room. I guess you would call it my living room or music room, and the reason for that will become self-evident in a few minutes. The reason I'm in here today is that I am a follower of Arlene over at Arlene's Country Craft Corner, and she has issued a challenge. I haven't really signed up for the challenge yet, but I was laying in bed and thinking, and I thought, well, wouldn't it be kind of fun to create a cozy corner? And that's what her challenge is. Now, my house doesn't have a whole lot of great cozy corners. Most of my corners are full of stuff. But I have a possibility, and I thought maybe I'd bring you along and we'd figure it out and do it together. And I'm going to move just a little bit. I think there's a glare from that lamp behind me. Hold on a second. You move the camera just a bit. There, I think that's better. It's a little difficult in this room. This is a bit of a dark room because we have a very heavy metal blind outside of our windows here. The eastern sun in the summertime is right over there, and that metal blind helps to keep some of the heat out. Certainly not all of it, but anyway. So today I'm going to start the process of creating a cozy corner, and I'd like you to come along with me. What I'm going to start with is just a little tour of the room, and you'll kind of get the feeling that I'm going to go for. And then I get to go shopping to Hobby Lobby to get a sign. There were 3 prerequisites for this cozy corner. One was a sign or some kind of a statement piece. And a second was a bow of some sort. It didn't have to be a big funky bow, but some kind of a bow. And the third was a flower. Flowers, floral, garlands, anything that would meet that criteria. So what I'm going to try to do is, with the exception of just a couple of things, I'm going to try to do this with items that I already have. I think that's a challenge for us all, and I'll talk a little bit more about it when we're on the way to Hobby Lobby. I don't have a great big budget to go out and spend on lots of new ideas and lots of new things, even though you like to change out your decorating. So I want to make sure that I use what I have as much as possible. And I think we can come up with something pretty good. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Before I do though, I just wanted to say how excited I am to keep picking up these new subscribers. I hope you continue to enjoy. Share this video and push the subscribe button if you're the first time visiting. I'd love to have you come back. We do lots of different things. My name, of course, Paper Dreamer 1 is because originally back in, I think, 2000, I'm thinking 11, it's a long time, folks. When I first started a YouTube channel, my primary craft was paper crafts and cards, photo albums, and anything to do with paper crafting. And I have broadened out, and of course I think if you're a crafter, you're a crafter. I'm not only a crafter, I'm a Gemini, so I have to keep trying something else and keep trying something else. Some things I've done before, like wreath making, but hadn't done it in a while. Other things that I do all the time, I love to cook. I like to eat when I cook too, so that's obvious, but so we'll do a few cooking videos. And I wanted to just try different crafts, and I think I've tried most all of them: knitting, crocheting, sewing, Tri-Kim liquid embroidery. Do you know, I looked that up the other day, and it is still out there, folks. I thought this was something that I did as a young married, and I'm married 54 years in June, so that's a lot of years ago. And I looked it up, and my gosh, I could still find Tri-Kim liquid embroidery. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same name as it was before, but the same premise. Try it out, look it up in Google and see what you find. So I'm going to shut off the camera here for just a second so I can take it off its tripod or carry it with me, give you a little bit of a tour of the room that I'm going to try to do a cozy corner in. Then we'll be off to Hobby Lobby and see what we can find. So give me a second and I'll be right back behind the camera. Okay, here we are behind the camera and looking from my family room into my living room. And you can see that the room, I'll see if I can back up just a bit, have a red couch. My rug is kind of multicolored, and cream chairs. But if you look around, you will see, I'm stepping up once, hold on a second. You will see that I have a lot of beach and nautical influence here with my pictures. I have a lot of lighthouse pictures. It is quite dark here. I should put that light on in the corner. Those are lighthouse pictures. I have more lighthouse pictures up here. Okay. And my curtain is, again, lighthouses. That's a curtain I made when we first moved in here. So I am going to try doing a cozy corner. I have to show you this one picture. Let me just pause for 1 minute and put a light on. I think you might be able to get a better view. Hold on. Okay, this is the picture I was going to try to show you. This is a picture of Gloucester, Massachusetts, not far from where I'm originally from. I'm from the North Shore of Massachusetts, right along Gloucester and Essex and Ipswich and Beverly, Hamilton, Wenham, all of those areas. And a friend of mine had this in her house, and she had passed away, and they asked if I would like to have this. So I'm very proud of that picture. But anyway, moving back, you can see the reason that I call this the music room is obvious. We have my organ is over here, and then over here is my clavinova. And not to say that we don't have a big screen TV, because we can never be without a TV. I think we have 5 of them in the house. So you can see the big awning that's out there, and that's keeping a lot of the light out, which is nice actually here in the summertime. But anyway, I wanted to show you, here's my cozy corner. And I know you're saying, say what? Here's my cozy corner, or what will become my cozy corner. This is right now holding just a mishmash of little dolls and ornaments that were my mother's, and some were mine. I had a clown collection, so any of the clowns, a lot of the clowns you see are mine. In fact, I think most all of those are my clowns, come to think of it. But I'm going to use this corner, and I'm going to use this piece, which is a recycled VCR tape holder. And we're going to come up with a nautical themed cozy corner. It really lends itself well to be a cozy corner. If I back up, you can see that there's like a small area between the TV credenza and the piano. So we're going to come up with a cozy corner in this little place, and I'm going to do it along with you. Okay, I think the last time I was on here I mentioned I was going to be doing this is my family room, by the way, out there. You can see it's considerably brighter because it's all windows overlooking the golf course. But I told you I was going to be doing a wreath to go around my light on the coffee table, and I decided against that for this time. I have one that does it for fall, one that does it for Christmas. So I thought for the summertime right now, I would switch out and do just a coffee table book and a floral arrangement. So, and this is a great book, by the way. This is a book called Between Friends, or Entre Amis, that is the story of all of the folks that live right along the U.S. and Canadian border. from way back, and I mean on the border. Like, I go out the front door, I'm in the US, I go out the back door in 3 steps and I'm in Canada. It really is a beautiful coffee table book with a lot of lovely pictures in it. So if you ever happen to come across it, you'll enjoy it. All right, so here's my living room. Here's the wreath we made not too long ago. And here's the thing. Nautical leads itself to blues. And as you can see, this room is got a lot of red and beige in it and cream. But I'm going to go with the blue, and here's why. I think it will contrast nicely. And if you look closely at this carpet, you will see several big patches of blue. So it is already mixed in with the red and the golds and the beiges. So I think it's going to be really terrific. So onwards and upwards, and here we go to our cozy corner. I have to go to not Home Depot, my goodness, Hobby Lobby. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes when I'm on the way to Hobby Lobby. See you back in a few minutes. Hi everybody. Well, this is a first for me. I'm doing a little in-car video. I'm headed out to Hobby Lobby and I'm going to see if I can find what I would like to use on my cozy corner. So you'll have to excuse the bouncing. It's about half an hour's drive from here for me to get to Hobby Lobby. So I won't keep you going with me the whole time. But I just thought I'd kind of do this as part of the series. If we're going to do our cozy corner together, that we'll show you from the beginning to the end of what the process is. And the process to begin with, obviously, is if you need to get something in order to complete it, that you need to go shopping for it. What I'm going to look for is a sign of some sort. As I mentioned, my living room is very, I guess you'd say, nautically inspired with all of the pictures and lighthouses that are there. So I'm going to be doing my cozy corner, as I mentioned, nautically. And so I'm going to look for a couple of items that I might be able to use. Now, one of the things that I'm trying to avoid is buying a whole lot of new items to make up this cozy corner. I think part of what's fun about decorating is taking the things that you already have and reutilizing them in a different area, maybe repurposing some things that you have and using them again in a different manner. So that's one of the things I want to try to do with my cozy corner. I will have to get a couple of things, but I do want to try to do as much with items that I already have as I can. And so we'll take it from there. I'm probably going to get drowned on the way down there or on the way back, because we are, as you well know, I live in Southwest Florida, and it has been raining here forever, and it's going to continue to rain forevermore. Right now we have a subtropical system or tropical system trying to get organized in, it will be the Gulf of Mexico, and so it's going to cause a lot more rainy days. They're saying between 3 and 5 inches of rain between now and the middle of next week, and that's a lot of water. But we can get 3 inches of rain in one afternoon thunderstorm, so it's not really all that bad. As long as it doesn't all come at the same time, we'll be fine. It's hot out right now. It's 91 degrees outside. So you'll see the fan on the air conditioning is blowing my hair. But that's going to be the way it is from now until December probably. The traffic out here is getting a little bit less. A lot of the snowbirds have left, but you know, there's more and more people that stay here all year round now, so the traffic really never goes away. And I'm not big on being a distracted driver, so trust me, I will not be on the phone very long. I'm not sure it's even legal here for what I'm doing. So anyway, I'm just going to continue on my way. When I get up there to Hobby Lobby, I'll come back on and maybe check around the store a little bit with you, and we'll see if we can find a sign that will look good for our cozy corner, and in a nautical theme. So I'll be back with you in a while when I get up to the store. I'll talk with you later. I hate to say this, but look at this first row in my Hobby Lobbies. And the signs say, "Hello, fall." We haven't even got out of May yet. More and more things for fall. Oops, sorry. I have my finger right in the middle. Oh, did I say fall? This looks like Christmas to me. Well, I'm going to go down and look at a few signs. I'll come back to you in just a minute. Hi, I'm back again. Sorry for my mishmash of the Hobby Lobby and the traveling. That was the first time I've ever done that in the car, and I really didn't have a good setup. I don't think it would bother me so much as if I was actually trying to hold the tripod with one hand, and that made it a little bit uncomfortable. So I think I'll work on that, and we'll try a couple of those little side trips again. But I did go to Hobby Lobby. I did not go into Kirkland. For one thing, the sky was getting black, and I really wanted to try to get home before the rains came, and I did. It was certainly a close call, but I did. Because when it rains here, it is a deluge, and even getting from the car into the house, because I'm parking it right now across the street, we're working on the driveway, and even to get it across the street, I would be drowned rat. So I didn't go into Kirkland, but here's the other reason. I hate to mention this. I'm ashamed to mention this. I'm going to move my camera one more time. That lamp is right there. Okay. But I hate shopping. I know I'm just not a part of womankind. But if I can't find it at Amazon or Walmart or whatever online, I don't really need it most of the time. Craftoutlet.com, Trendy Tree, those are great, and I love to do. And it's not that I don't like to buy things, I just hate shopping. So when I go to a store, I have in mind what I want to get. I go in and I get that thing and I leave. So when I came out of Hobby Lobby and I saw this guy, I said, do I really need to go to Kirkland's right now? And I decided no. So we will go back. In fact, that might be the next trip we take, because I do want to go and see what the inside of it looks like. The other thing that I found out is that there is a Christmas tree shop, and I'm not sure which it is called here, in Naples. Now that's a bit of a drive from where I live, But I think one of these days we'll have a little side trip when the rains stop. And of course, now we're going into the Memorial Day weekend where we have a subtropical system trying to organize in the Gulf of Mexico. As I mentioned before, it's just going to be a rainmaker, no big deal, but not a time you want to be walking around an area or looking at little shops and things. So one of these days when the rains abate just a little bit, we'll take a ride down because I'd love to go into that. When I go up north, I always try to get to and that. In fact, the ones up north, when I was there last, were called the Christmas tree shop. But anyway, let me show you what I found at Hobby Lobby. I found these two stems, and I have in mind to use them as part of a bow swag type situation on a little lantern that I'm going to use in my cozy corner. The grasses on these stems almost looked like kind of a seagrass. They're very, very soft. And these were $3.99 each, but all of the florals are on sale, 50% off this week. So I got two of those, and I found a sign. And it's a good size sign. I'm going to have to bring it up and down in order for you able to see it all. It says you can take the sand, you can shake sand from your shoes, but it will never leave your soul. I think that is beautiful, beautiful sentiment, and it has some beautiful shades, different shades of blue, so it'll blend well with the colors that I'm going to try to do. And I think it's just a really cute sign. Let's see if I can back up just a little bit here, and you might be able to get a better view. There you go. Oh. So this was $19.99, and I used a 40% off coupon for that. And then the only other thing I picked up, and I was surprised and glad they had it because I was really thinking of this, is some decorative fishing net. And it looks like it has some little ties on it. And now this was $16.99, and I'd already used my 40% off coupon, so I had to pay the $16.99. But it was worth it because they only had 2 bags there, and this was something I really was thinking I wanted to incorporate into my cozy corner. So there you go. That's my trip to Hobby Lobby, and we're off and running on the Cozy Corner Challenge. I think the first thing I'm going to do is create my lantern swag and bow, and that will take care of one of the requirements, the bow, and actually the swag has floral in it, so it would take care of both. But I'm going to, I think, put some floral somewhere else too. Now, here was my dilemma. Maybe you can answer it for me. As you remember, my VCR tape holder is black. And I was wondering if it would look better if I painted it white. And I was on 2 minds because I think the white would bring out more of a summer beach theme, or white or cream. However, it's up against a cream wall, and the cream might then kind of blend into the wall, and the TV credenza on one side and the piano on the other side are both black. So I think to put something that is white in between there might be too much of a, or cream would be too much of a stark difference. So my inkling is to leave it black and work it, brighten it with the colors that I put on it. Let me know what you're thinking about it. And I'm going to be back just as quick as I can, probably no later than tomorrow, to begin with my lantern swag and show you how we're going to begin our cozy corner. Today what I'm going to do is deconstruct and get rid of all my little clowns that are in there and put them away or put them somewhere else to display. And then I will get busy on figuring out, and we're going to do this together. I'll show you my thought process. of how I'm going to arrange things in this cozy corner. In fact, I could give you a little hint. What I do is I look for a letter in the alphabet. It's easy to visualize. And for instance, it could, if you think of an L, you would start tall on the left and come off low onto the right, okay? If you think of an M, you might have two low pieces with a peak in the middle, where your focal point is in the middle. I'm going to try for the letter S, and that's going to mean that it's going to start tall here on one side, and it's going to come down a little bit on this side, have another focal point over on the original side, and then end low down on the left. So it will go, I'm not sure if it's going to be an SS or a backwards S, depending on which way it looks the best, but it will go down and down and down from high to low. So that's how I'm going to begin my process. But next time you visit with me, very shortly, we're going to be doing a lantern swag. So thanks for stopping by and traveling with me. It was quite an experience. And do you believe Christmas and Thanksgiving and fall? And you know, that was only one of 3 rows of fall items. One whole row of ribbons and bushes and picks and all of these kinds of things. But when I went down 2 more rows and saw an entire row of Christmas ornaments, I said, you have got to be kidding me. I know us crafters, like to get our things early, but this is a little too early for me. So I'll be back shortly. As soon as I get this one up, I'll begin the swag and we'll get busy on the cozy corner. Thanks for stopping by. I hope everybody has a great afternoon, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.